Hello there, guys. It's me, Bob74H, and today I'm making a video about the copyright system and as to why it's bad. So, if you don't know, more recently, there is a bigger anime YouTuber, bigger than me, I know, shocker, right? But big anime YouTuber, right? He got his channel nuked by Toei Animation. And I'm making a video of sorts, not so much responding to that whole situation, but I'm making a video to kind of, use a learning lesson for people, right? And to kind of make a general statement to YouTube as a whole. But today I'm going to go over that sort of subject matter. So, the first thing I'm going to go over right now is the particular, I guess, double standards with things. You could get like a full 7-minute, clip on YouTube of like a show, right? But then it's not okay for Mark over here to, upload a review, which with very minimal, mind you, clips from the show. And I don't think, like, the Japanese, right, they understand how the American system works. I think that was something said in his video itself. But I think that's something that he needs to have greater understanding of, because he doesn't necessarily understand the differences in, I guess, viewpoints and standards, I guess you could say, standards. But like in Japan, right, anime is a big thing. It's not like in the West where animation's kind of like a looked down upon medium. It's everywhere in Japan. So yeah, they kind of get pissy when you do shit with their property, as it were. I don't really think copyright law as it stands is a fair or accurate system to really help creators or help anyone. I think the system we have now only assists in the corporation while oppressing the individual. It doesn't help small creators whatsoever, because, listen, if I have like I have some work that I own, I would say, and if somebody were to, I guess, monetize it or make profits upon it, I couldn't do anything about that, right? And that's the problem. It's like you need a huge sum of money to actually fight any of these things. So the problem is more that like the small creators don't benefit, and these corporations just abuse the minority of people who are fans, right? So it's just not fair. Not only that, but these products that are made by these corporations are often decades old. And if they're not decades old, they're pretty old. And somebody or some rando will come over and say, we're gonna copyright, we're gonna, strike down your channel. It's like, don't you find it ridiculous, man? Like, this is like, Dragon Ball Z, as an example, is at least 20 years old. It was out in the 90s, as far as I'm aware. I think even in the 80s, Dragon Ball was out. At least the anime. I don't really care about the manga, so you can say what you like about that. But it's been out for a good period of time, yet they will still strike down people if they have, like, a clip in their video or some shit. It's just ridiculous. And, this idea that people should be, like, obligated to act based upon the corporation's interests is just a really corrupt and, unfair system to oppose upon most people. Not only that, but when you tell people to buy the product legally and the product's not legally available, you only give them one option, and that's piracy. And so when you say, oh, piracy's bad, it's like, so give people another option to watch your material. But you don't do that, and then you cry when they use it. I think what you're doing, Toei, not only to Mark, but to creators on large, is not fair. They are using a show that is way, way beyond, I would say, the copyright quota. And, like, at this point, you're not making any money for it, so I don't see, like, the financial incentive, right, to go after his videos. I don't see the incentive. Not only to go after his videos, but to go after videos in general. At this point, you're making no money off the DBZ anime, right? It's not airing anymore. So logically, but let me pose this question: if it was about interest of any kind, then they logically would have done something differently, which is they would have monetized it for themselves, so they made more of a profit. But they don't do that. They strike it down. Why do they do that? There's no monetary incentive, right? They could get money based off monetizing the video. The reason is they don't want people having, I guess, control or say in what happens with the distribution. They don't like that. These corporations are always very, very, very stingy with their products and how they're controlled. Especially in Japan. Like, take Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami's, like, autistically very, obsessive about controlling their property. They, like, literally retconned or errated, all the cards made by Upper Deck just because they want to have, like, an autistic amount of control over things. They do the same thing with anime cards. They, like, autistically change everything about them just so they have an autistically, insane amount of control. And it's not fair to the average folk either. No, this doesn't benefit, this copyright system doesn't benefit you and me, right? When I have my, material, right? I have material I guess, kind of own to some sense. I can't fight it off if someone steals it or someone makes money off of it. So it's not like I benefit from the system. And it's not like the average creator does either. Like, if someone steals my entire video and re-uploads it, doesn't really matter, right? I can't do anything. I don't care if they do it. I'm just saying I don't have an admissible defense if someone does that. Plus, I don't make decent profit because I don't really have, like, a, I guess, politically safe viewpoint, So, yeah, YouTube won't monetize me. Because I have a brain and I don't bend down to corporations. Oh my god, I don't bootlick. And you know what? These people, they have to bootlick to these corporations because they have them by a gun, and it's not fair. It's like if somebody wants to make an AMV of Yu-Gi-Oh, they want to just post a clip of something Yu-Gi-Oh related. They want to post a clip of Dragon Ball related, something related to Dragon Ball. Why not let them? You're not making money on the product. There's no financial incentive for you to take it down. Why not allow them to do it? It's control. These people are control freaks. And the system the system in which you guys are defending has done nothing but oppress the individuals in which enjoy the products. But you know what? Defend the copyright system, guys. And I think it's stupid too. Like, let's say one of my more favorite movies. I wouldn't say favorites, but I would say one of my childhood classics I loved as a kid. There's this movie called Dragon Wars, right? And let's say I uploaded a clip of the movie. This movie, mind you, is since I'm 20, right? It's around early to late 2000s, right? Since that's when I was born, around. So that's kind of around the sphere in which it was. If I uploaded a clip from that, they would ban my channel. Even though not many people like it, not many people are fans, and it won't get much traction anyway. There's literally no reason to, hammer it down, but the copyright ID system doesn't account for logistics or logic, right? It's just, if it sees material that is copyrighted, they strike it down. There's no logicality to it. And there's so many ways people have, duked the copyright system, be it reversing the images, reversing, I guess, the video itself. They have colors different, they, have The Simpsons colored green as an infamous example. But yeah, this whole idea, these YouTubers are but we follow the copyright system. You think these people care? They want control of their products, and they don't like that you're using it. Of course, they can't ban everybody, right? I think the degree in which people are posting far exceeds their ability to ban everybody, right? So, that's kind of the problem there, right? More people are posting than more people are banning. So let's say they ban like 20 videos a day. There's probably 50 uploaded a day, right? So they can't really keep up with the demand of bans. Anyways, to my point about Mark, you're not going to win a reason battle with the corporation, right? The problem with trying to have a reasoning, no, let me reword this. A reason-based discussion with somebody of superior power, any second you get the upside in the conversation, they can just take advantage of their superior power to A, execute you, B, ban you, or C, silence you. This happens in any cases whatsoever. It's why, like, if you go on, like, a debate server, and you're debating with, like, a mod, they'll ban you if you start winning, right? You can't win with somebody who has a metaphorical gun to your head, right? You're dealing with, like, a hostage situation, right? I'm not saying it's a literally hostage situation, but I'm saying it's comparable, right? You can't sit down with the hostage, guy and have him, let you out based on a reason-based conversation. If you win and you're more reasonable than he is, he could just pull the trigger and kill you. And that's what you're doing, Mark. You're dealing with the kidnapper, and you're telling the kidnapper, please let me have my channel. Please let me do this. All they have to do is just say no and shoot the trigger. They don't have to entertain your reason-based argument, dude. And that's the problem with your approach. You're assuming that they would operate on a reason-based I guess mindset, when they consistently have demonstrated they don't have that. Humans in general are social creatures, so they obligate to social standards and social feelings over any existing facts that be. I think a lot of the problem, too, with the copyright system, I know, like, bit of a tangent here, but a lot of the problem, too, is that the people, the people, how Bane said it, the people, it's the people's fault. They support this system. They're like fair use guys. They don't try to like fight it. They fight the YouTube system. They don't try to fight copyright as a whole. And that's the problem. There's a guy called Unique. I don't know his name, but it's Unique something. And he made a decent video about how copyright is stupid. And he used like the console wars and the various anime platforms as an example. I could link his video in the description. Very smart guy. Very smart guy. Sadly, he has like a problem where he kind of concedes to like mob demand. He doesn't really like stick by his principles or stick by like his own logic or his own I guess statements, even when they're never really debunked. That's kind of the problem with him. I know side tangent here, but yeah, that's kind of the problem with him. Like his Berserk video, where he like accurately pointed out that episode 1 doesn't give you an accurate judgment of the series as a whole, and he said you should skip it as a result of that. He kind of just conceded to the fan base, even though the fan base itself didn't really operate or under the same principle, which was that he's talking about the anime, and B, he didn't and B, they didn't really debunk his claims about the anime either. But he kind of just concedes to fan demand whenever need be. So my point being here, copyright as a whole is not really a fair system, and trying to ban a product because it offers you monetary value is stupid when the product itself doesn't really have any monetary offerings as of the current moment. Anyways, this is Bob74H. Hope you enjoyed my little, I guess, tangent here. Thank you and have a great day.